Good morning. It's a new day, and I'm going to get into my first practice round of the day. Did some studying yesterday, not as much as I had wanted to. I had plans in the evening, but I'm trying to just pick up on one piece of information. Hopefully, something sticks each day. So I'm going to look around here. I think this one is probably in the United States. Although sometimes I do get hung up on the US and Canada, and some places they do look very similar. So I want to be absolute certain that if I go US, it has to be the US. I think this doesn't look like it would be found in the US, something like this. And then this sign up here, I can't tell, but this looks like it says maximum. We typically find that in Canada. So it's a 50-50 for me right now, but this doesn't look like United States. I'm going to go with the Toronto area here. And okay, wonderful. Okay, that was a very good clue to pick up on. Yeah, good demonstration that Canada and the U.S. in many respects look almost indiscernible. I mean, there's small, subtle clues that can be picked up on that can help, and I think that was a good example of that. I've been burned so many times just immediately going U.S. and not doing any confirming or any work to confirm, and right there, that was good. Okay, here I am. I'm thinking India. I mean, we see these auto rickshaws in India very frequently. This script right here, I can't tell if that's Hindi, but it certainly looks like something we would find in India. Muslim garb. Uh, we are driving on the left. So a lot of times India and Bangladesh are very difficult to differentiate. Sometimes I can tell by the script. I mean, this does appear to be someplace in India. I'm just not sure where we would see a more Muslim population in India, but I think I'm going to go there. Um, okay, that was good. So it was up north of New Delhi. Actually, it basically was New Delhi. Um, Probably should hedge all of my guesses in India in this area, but not too bad. I was not mistaken on that one in going Bangladesh. So I'm happy with that. I got the right country. So I'm 2 for 2 on countries right now. What I would consider to be 50-50s in some regards. Getting United States off of this one too. Mostly just the houses and the cars. Characteristic blockier license plates. Although, again, I mean, this very well could be a neighborhood in Canada. You know, the license plates aren't really helping. I mean, I see blue, I see white, mostly white though. It is very flat, so I'm not sure what state, if it was a U.S. state, would be very flat with white license plates. But given the flatness of it, I'm going to go somewhere towards the middle of the country. I don't try to region guess as much. I'm just going to guess United States. So I know it's not here, but I'm guessing U.S. And okay, so this one was Canada. I was way off on that guess. 50-50 got me again. I had a feeling it might have been Canada. Uh, but based on what I was seeing on the screen there, I wasn't able to draw the information to actually place me in Canada, particularly this Toronto area. So overall, not too happy on that. In a duel, I think maybe somebody else would have got that, and it uh, would have been something that may have kicked me out of a game. But it just goes to show that there is still a lot of studying, and sometimes you can never be 100% certain. There's always something that you can find in the map that would give you the right clue. Hmm. I really don't know on this one. Nope. Oh, there's this. Okay. There's a car meta on this one that I'm not familiar with. Um, and it looks like I should be driving on the left. I was trying to read what this is, but up here it looks like on the left side. I mean, this does look like it says slow, and that would be readable to anybody that's driving on the left side of the road. Um, these signs should be a really good indicator as to where I am. Let's see if I can see where the sun is. Yeah, so I got no help from identifying where the sun would be on this round, although it does look like it's kind of lush, and we're driving on the left. I wouldn't put signs like this to be in a place like India. I don't think I would put any this landscape in general. I don't think I would put this into something like Indonesia or Thailand. To me, these look European. Hmm. And I have been looking at these these road signs, but there's so many of them, and even some of the ones that might be obvious or dead giveaways are not obvious to me just yet. Um, there's just so much information to consume that it's very difficult to remember it all, especially when you get into a live game. You really have to use that knowledge to make a decision. Sometimes it just blurs together. But anyway, I do see the sign with a looks like it's a green backing. I've learned that signs. Hmm, I've learned this someplace. Is this potentially the UK? I'm feeling UK or Ireland on this one. Maybe another 50-50, but something tells me this color sign in the back should be in Ireland, but I don't know. I don't really feel confident with either guess in Ireland or the UK for that matter. All I see is driving on the left-hand side, these European-looking signs, this landscape, which looks like something you'd find in Europe. Doesn't look tropical to me at all. So let's Yep, sure. It might be this, but I plopped it here. Just a flip of the coin. Okay, wonderful. Very difficult round for me. Um, Studying the road signs and the patterns on them, and is going to continue to be beneficial. Um, but on a round like that, where it looked like we were driving on the left-hand side, the European sign, looking road sign, and the landscape, I do feel like it could have put us in either of these two countries. Now, I got the right one. That was more of a hunch. Happy with the guess overall, though. But, just for full disclosure, there wasn't really anything that was jumping out at me that would um, tell me or made me feel more comfortable guessing the UK over Ireland on that one. I knew I was in one of the two, and I in this case I chose the right one. Okay. Really tough round to start the day. I mean, what do I have to go on here other than just the land, the vegetation, and these white lines on the road? Which, I mean, frankly, I mean these can be found all over. Now, I do know that perhaps the length of them, or the shape, or the thickness of them might be very good indicators to some people. But that's the nuance that's going to take a long time to be able to pick up on. So, anyway, what am I looking at here? Looks to be a more arid landscape. I expect to see this type of vegetation in a warmer climate. I would expect to see this type of dirt in a warmer climate, and I see some mountains back here, which leads me to believe I might be somewhere in the Mediterranean, perhaps this part of the world, Greece. Um, I know parts of Italy might look like this. I know Malta can look like this. I know probably Sicily could look like this. So I feel comfortable with the region, but I can't tell if this is Malta, Italy, Greece, any of these countries here, Turkey. I mean, this is a toss up for me. So um, like Greece though. I mean, are there mountains like this? I feel like yeah, sure. Yeah, let's go with it. Yeah, okay. It was ended up being Italy. I know what is this? I think it's Corsica Island. This might be a part of France actually. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Regionally speaking, sure, not bad. But on that one, Not too much to say. I really did not have a lot of information to go off of. Never really got too many. I think that might have been the first round I've ever got on this island. I can't recall ever getting a round on this one. That was the first time seeing something like that. But in the middle of nowhere, you're just on that road that we were on. Um, to an inexperienced player, I mean, what do I have? How would I be able to place myself there, especially without seeing it for the first time? Yeah, overall, really tough on that one. I got lost there for a second. I couldn't figure out how to get back. All right, so not necessarily a good game. Really, really tough rounds though. That was definitely difficult. Um, I'm happy with that first round, guessing Canada over the U.S. But then I got confronted with the same round later on. I didn't get it. So I think there were some good and some bad out of that one on some of my guesses. But I mean that was probably the toughest game that I've played on the channel so far. And overall, I mean it keeps me motivated. You never know what you're going to get into. But I'll get back to studying. I'm going to end the video here, and I'll be back with another one and some more commentary.